Imaging finding a rare coin so rare it could pay off your house today, we're diving into 10 of the most valuable US coins ever found. Real coins worth hundreds and even millions of dollars or more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next rare find. Let's start this.
Imagine reaching into your pocket and finding something that could instantly transform your financial life. What if the change jingling in your hand is actually a hidden treasure, quietly waiting to be discovered for its true value? Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might be sitting in your drawer right now, an extraordinary 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. This isn't just any penny, it's a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors across the United States. The rarity of this coin, combined with a fascinating era, makes it one of the most sought-after pennies in modern American coin collecting. But before you rush to your coin jar, let's uncover the story behind this tiny piece of history and why it could be worth a small fortune. From the moment it was minted, the 1981 Lincoln penny seemed like an ordinary coin. But experts quickly noticed something unusual. Unlike most pennies stamped in Philadelphia that year, some had a peculiar misalignment in the die striking process, a subtle error that makes this coin exceedingly rare and highly desirable in the collector market. Have you ever wondered how a tiny imperfection can turn a simple copper disc into a coveted treasure worth thousands of dollars? Imagine holding a coin that most people dismiss as just a penny, while you know it could fetch tens of thousands in a competitive auction. The excitement here is not just in the coin itself, it's in the discovery, the thrill of realizing that something so small can be extraordinarily valuable. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do coins like this reach such astronomical value? How can a 1981 penny, no mint mark, change someone's financial future overnight? The answer lies in scarcity, demand, and the unique story behind each coin. Collectors, investors, and even casual enthusiasts are constantly seeking coins that have unique traits, errors, unusual strikes, or historical significance. And that's precisely what makes this penny a goldmine for those who know how to recognize its potential. Picture this. From pocket change to a coin worth tens of thousands, maybe even more, in the right hands. Isn't it incredible how history, rarity, and the right timing can converge to create an opportunity of a lifetime? Before we go any further, let me ask you something. Have you ever held a coin and wondered if it could be worth more than just its face value? Or perhaps you've been curious about how to sell old rare coins in the United States, how auction houses determine value, and how people turn these small collectibles into life-changing wealth. These are not just idle questions, they are the gateway to understanding a market that rewards knowledge, patience, and timing. And yes, the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny sits at the very heart of this opportunity. Let's take a moment to explore what makes this coin an extraordinary find. The error that defines its value isn't always visible to the casual eye. It might appear as a double strike, a subtle misalignment, or a slight variation in the lettering or date. But coin grading experts know exactly what to look for, and when they authenticate a rare error coin, the market responds with excitement and urgency. Every auction listing, every collector's portfolio, and every investment newsletter mentions it as a must-have, and suddenly, your ordinary penny transforms into a key to incredible financial possibilities. Can you feel the anticipation building? That's not coincidence, it's opportunity knocking. Now, let's talk about selling. How does one turn a coin like this into actual money? How can someone take a 1981 Lincoln penny from their desk drawer and turn it into a high-value transaction? The key is knowledge and access to the right channels. Auction houses, specialized coin shops, and trusted online marketplaces are all venues where rare coins command the highest prices. Knowing the timing, presentation, and authentication process is critical. If you rush or sell without the right preparation, you might miss the peak value. But if you educate yourself, consult experts, and position your coin strategically, you could see offers that most people only dream of. Have you ever imagined seeing a single coin bring offers worth tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, in today's market? That's the power of rare coin investing, and here's the exciting part. Every day, countless pennies are overlooked in drawers, jars, and old collections. Among them, there could be hidden gems like the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Could your loose change hold the key to wealth you never imagined? How many times have you wondered if a coin you found as a kid could actually be valuable today? The thrill here is undeniable. Every coin is a potential treasure, and only those who look closely, learn the signs, and act decisively capture the real value. But don't just take my word for it. Consider the stories of collectors who stumbled upon rare pennies in change, in old boxes, or inherited from family collections. Many of them didn't realize the significance until they consulted experts or attended a high-profile auction. Suddenly, what seemed like a trivial coin became a headline story, proof that knowledge, attention to detail, and a willingness to explore the hidden corners of coin collecting can result in extraordinary outcomes. Have you ever wondered if your coins could be featured in auctions or sold for life-changing amounts? The path from discovery to profit is exactly what makes the coin market so thrilling, and why people are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds like this. Here's a question for you. If you had a 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in perfect condition, would you hold it, hoping for the market to rise, or sell it immediately to secure a significant profit? There is a strategy to this market, and understanding it is what separates casual collectors from serious investors. Timing, condition, and authentication all play a role. Some collectors prefer to preserve the coin for historical value, while investors might leverage its rarity to maximize returns. Either way, the underlying message is clear: rare coins are not just collectibles, they are tangible assets with enormous potential. Now, let's pause for a moment and have a little fun. Imagine telling a friend you found a penny worth more than their entire monthly paycheck. Wouldn't that be an incredible conversation starter? The humor here isn't just for laughs, it's a pattern interrupt, a way to reset your focus and make you realize just how extraordinary this opportunity really is. These pennies are more than coins, they are conversation pieces, investment vehicles, and keys to financial freedom, all in one tiny package. As we connect all the points, the story becomes crystal clear. The 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny embodies everything a collector, investor, or enthusiast dreams of: rarity, historical significance, era uniqueness, and high demand in the market. From the initial minting in Philadelphia to its journey through pocket change, collections, and auctions, every step adds to its value and allure. And here's the most compelling part: while millions of pennies exist, only a few carry this rare misprint, making it the ultimate target for collectors who understand its worth. So, how do you act now? How do you turn knowledge into action, and action into wealth? First, inspect your coins carefully. Look for subtle errors, misalignments, or differences in design. Consult experts for authentication, and research the current market value to understand the demand. Then, connect with reputable coin shops, auction houses, or specialized online platforms that can ensure you achieve maximum value. Every moment you delay could mean missing an opportunity, because in the world of rare coins, timing is everything. And finally, let's talk numbers. For the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition, the current market value can reach the maximum dollar. That's right, a coin that most people dismiss as a simple piece of change could be your gateway from pocket pennies to financial freedom, from casual collecting to life-changing wealth. Imagine the pride, excitement, and security of turning an overlooked coin into a significant investment that transforms your life. This is not fantasy, this is the reality for those who know how to spot, verify, and sell rare coins in today's thriving American market. So, the next time you reach into your pocket, don't just see a penny. See potential. See opportunity. See the 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, waiting quietly for the right person to recognize its worth and take action. Are you ready to discover your hidden treasure, connect with collectors, and step into a world where coins aren't just currency, they're keys to wealth, legacy, and financial freedom? The choice is yours. Your journey from ordinary change to extraordinary fortune begins now. Imagine holding a small piece of American history in your hand, something so ordinary that millions of people have passed it through their fingers without a second thought, yet for the keen collector, it could be the key to unimaginable wealth. I'm talking about the 1964 Lincoln 1-cent penny, but not just any penny. We are talking about a rare mint error, a coin that could turn a casual coin enthusiast into a serious collector overnight. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to discover hidden treasure in your own pocket change? To hold a coin that could be worth more than a car, more than a down payment on a house, and yet, it has been hiding quietly among everyday pennies for decades. How would you feel knowing that something so small could potentially change your financial future forever? The story of the 1964 D. Lincoln penny era begins at the Denver Mint, where thousands upon thousands of coins were struck. Most of these coins went out into circulation, exchanged for groceries, bus fares, and daily purchases. Yet, among them, a small number bore a minting error, a subtle anomaly that could mean the difference between a coin that is worth a few cents and one that commands jaw-dropping prices in the market. Errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks are what collectors dream about. And here's the exciting part: one of these coins, if found in pristine condition, can sell for the maximum dollar amount the market will bear. Imagine walking into an auction house in New York, Boston, or Chicago and hearing the gavel fall on a bid that leaves everyone gasping. Could that be your coin? Could that 1964 D. Lincoln cent in your collection be the ticket from pocket change to millions? Now, let's pause for a moment and ask the question that most of you are thinking: how do I even know if my penny is that rare 1964 D error? That is the million-dollar question, literally. The thrill of discovery, the fear of overlooking something priceless, and the excitement of possibly making life-changing money, it's what drives collectors and investors alike. Experts recommend examining every detail: the date, the mint mark, the clarity of Lincoln's features, and most importantly, the coin's condition. A coin might look ordinary at first glance, but under the careful eyes of a professional grader, a hidden anomaly can leap out like a gold nugget from a riverbed. Could you be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it? Here's a little secret: the rare coin market is booming. More collectors, investors, and enthusiasts than ever are hunting for coins like the 1964 D. Lincoln penny era. The value of these coins has skyrocketed because scarcity drives demand. When a coin is rare, beautiful, and historically significant, it is highly sought after by people willing to pay top dollar. And that's where you, the savvy owner, come in. Are you curious how to sell old and rare coins in the US? How to make money from coins that might be sitting unnoticed in jars, drawers, or even your wallet? The process can be surprisingly straightforward if you know where to look and whom to trust. Auction houses, specialized coin dealers, and certified grading services are all part of a network where your coin can reach its maximum market potential. But it's also a race against time, because every day, coins like these are discovered and snatched up. Are you ready to act before someone else claims your hidden treasure? Think about the journey of this coin, from the Denver Mint presses to your hands. It's a story of patience, precision, and a bit of luck. The 1964 D penny might have been overlooked for decades, but its rarity makes it a crown jewel in the eyes of collectors. Here's a humorous thought: while most people have tossed away or spent this coin without a second glance, you might be holding the equivalent of a mini gold bar. Isn't it fascinating how something so small can hold so much power? And yet, that's the beauty of numismatics, the world where history, art, and wealth collide in the palm of your hand. Now, let's connect the dots. You've found the coin. You've identified it as a potential error. You felt the thrill and perhaps even the fear: will this be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more? The next step is crucial: how to sell your rare coin in the US. How do you ensure you get the maximum value and avoid scams? The answer lies in preparation, knowledge, and timing. Professional grading is your first step. A coin graded by a trusted authority instantly commands higher bids in auctions. From there, listing it in a specialized auction house or a trusted coin marketplace gives you access to collectors willing to pay top dollar. And here's where the excitement truly peaks: each bid could escalate higher and higher, until your once ordinary penny becomes the star of the show, the centerpiece of a collector's dreams, and potentially the coin that transforms your financial life forever. But let's not stop there. The journey from pocket change to millions isn't just about luck, it's about strategy, foresight, and knowledge. How do you know which coins are worth holding? How do you spot the errors before anyone else? And most importantly, how do you sell your coins in a way that maximizes every dollar without falling victim to common mistakes? The key is education. Learn the history, understand the market trends, and connect with reputable dealers. Ask yourself, could my 1964 D penny be the coin that collectors have been searching for years to find? Could this tiny artifact from the Denver Mint be the vehicle that drives your wealth and opens doors to a lifestyle most only dream about? Let's imagine the endgame. Your coin has been sold at auction, the gavel falls, and the room erupts in excitement. The number on the board flashes a sum so large it's almost unbelievable. Your heart races, your mind spins, and suddenly, what was once a humble coin in your pocket is now worth the maximum dollar the market will pay. For some, it's an exhilarating escape into financial freedom. For others, it's the fulfillment of a lifelong passion for collecting, history, and rare artifacts. And for you, it could be the beginning of a journey that blends history, wealth, and the thrill of discovery into one unforgettable experience. So, as you look at your coins, take a moment to reflect. Could your spare change hold the next 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent error? Could it be the treasure that turns your curiosity into profit, your hobby into a life-changing adventure? The opportunity is real, but it waits for those who are vigilant, informed, and ready to act. Every coin tells a story, and yours might just be the one that collectors across the country dream of owning. How will you ensure that your discovery doesn't slip through your fingers? How will you turn a simple penny into a legacy of wealth and excitement? The answer is in your hands, literally. In the end, the 1964 D Lincoln penny error is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, a testament to the thrill of discovery, and a beacon for anyone who dreams of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. From everyday transactions to life-changing auctions, this coin represents the potential for wealth, recognition, and history all at once. Could your coin be next? Could it be the spark that ignites your journey from casual collector to someone who commands the attention of the rare coin market? One thing is certain, the opportunity is fleeting, the rewards are enormous, and the story, your story, is waiting to be written. Imagine picking up a simple penny from the floor, tucking it in your pocket, and never thinking twice about it. Now, what if I told you that one of those pennies could be hiding in your own wallet? A 1970 D Lincoln 1-cent with an error so rare that collectors are paying insane amounts for it today. Yes, a coin most Americans glance past every day could be your gateway from ordinary change to unimaginable wealth. Could it really be possible that something so small holds the power to change your financial future forever? That's the question that every collector, investor, and casual coin enthusiast should ask right now. In the quiet world of coin collecting, there are hidden treasures that only a sharp eye, or sheer luck, can reveal. The 1970 D Lincoln 1-cent is not just another penny. It's a piece of history, struck with a mint mark at the Denver Mint that occasionally produced an error so unique that the coin is now one of the most sought-after pieces in the United States. Imagine walking into an auction, seeing the bidding start at hundreds, then thousands, and then, if you have the right coin, the numbers climbing into tens of thousands of dollars. Wouldn't you want to know if that coin could be sitting in your own change jar? It's thrilling, it's urgent, and it's a chance that could vanish if you don't act, but let's step back for a moment. What makes this coin so special? The 1970 D Lincoln 1-cent errors come in forms that challenge even the most experienced collectors. Some coins have doubled dies, some have repunched mint marks, and others bear unique striking anomalies that the U.S. Mint never intended. These mistakes make the coin incredibly rare. The thrill of discovering a coin like this is unlike anything else, a mix of excitement, fear, and anticipation all rolled into one. Could this be the reason why a penny, once worth a mere cent, now commands attention worth thousands in the collector market? Absolutely. And here's the kicker, many people pass these coins by without even realizing the fortune in their hands. Can you imagine missing out on that? Now, you might be asking yourself, how do you even know if your penny is one of these rare finds? This is where your journey from curiosity to potential millionaire begins. First, look for the small details, the mint mark on the 1970 D pennies. Is it perfectly aligned, or does it show subtle doubling? Examine the surface for any signs of anomalies, scratches, lines, or marks that don't belong. Every detail could signify a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And here's a secret that most people overlook: sometimes the most valuable coins are hiding right in plain sight, in the coins you use every day for groceries or gas. Isn't it fascinating that your next fortune could literally be jingling in your pocket right now? But let's be real for a moment. What if you do find a rare 1970 penny? How do you transform it from a dusty collector's item into cold, hard cash? That's where strategy comes into play. You could sell it directly to a coin dealer, but the true magic happens in auctions or specialized coin shops, where the right buyer can drive the price to astonishing levels. Have you ever wondered how people go from collecting coins as a hobby to making millions? The answer lies in timing, presentation, and knowing the market. Picture this: your coin hits an auction floor, the bids start climbing, and every heart in the room skips a beat as the number rises higher than you ever imagined. Could this be the moment your life changes? Absolutely. Now, don't think for a second that this opportunity is endless. Rare coins like the 1970 Lincoln penny errors are limited by nature. The more people discover them, the higher the demand and the lower the supply. Fear of missing out is very real here, and that urgency is precisely why collectors act fast. Imagine finding out tomorrow that someone just sold a coin like yours for tens of thousands of dollars. Wouldn't you wish you had acted yesterday? That's the reality of rare coin collecting, and it's exactly why now is the moment to educate yourself and act with purpose. Let's pause for a quick question. How do you even begin selling old and rare coins safely in the US? You might think it's complicated, but it doesn't have to be. The first step is authentication. Make sure your coin is verified by professionals. Then, you can explore options, auction houses, online platforms, and reputable coin dealers. The key is to connect with buyers who understand the true value of your treasure. Have you ever wondered why some sellers make millions while others barely break even? It all comes down to knowledge and timing. By understanding the market, knowing what buyers are willing to pay, and presenting your coin properly, you can maximize its value and turn a simple penny into a fortune. And here's something even more exciting: every day, people are finding coins like the 1970 Lincoln penny in pocket change, old jars, and forgotten drawers. From pocket changes to millions, the transformation is real, tangible, and achievable. Imagine turning a collection of old pennies, once overlooked, into a curated portfolio that attracts serious buyers. How many people dream of making money from coins without realizing the opportunity is already in their hands? That's why the thrill is not just in owning the coin, it's in the chase, the discovery, and the anticipation of what's possible. You might be thinking, isn't this just luck? And yes, luck plays a part, but so does knowledge, preparation, and action. Knowing what to look for, understanding errors like double dies or repunched mint marks, and connecting with the right buyers are all steps that transform simple luck into life-changing fortune. It's exciting, but it also requires urgency. The coins that are valuable today could be gone tomorrow, sold to collectors who recognize their true worth. Will you be the one to let it slip away, or will you seize the opportunity? So let's bring it all together. You've got the chance to discover something incredible hiding in your own change. You've learned about the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent penny errors, why they're so valuable, and how they could fetch astronomical prices in auctions. You've realized the excitement, the urgency, and the very real possibility of turning a simple coin into serious wealth. But here's the question that lingers: will you act on it? Will you examine your coins, seek out rare finds, and take the steps necessary to transform ordinary pennies into extraordinary fortunes? Because the truth is this: every great collector, every millionaire coin seller, and every person who turned pennies into life-changing money started with curiosity. They asked questions like yours: how to sell old rare coins, how to make money from coins, how to find value in what others overlook. And they acted. Imagine holding a piece of history in your hand, a coin minted in 1971, with no mint mark, a seemingly ordinary Lincoln 1-cent piece, but hiding a rare, extraordinary secret. What if I told you that this small coin, often overlooked, could be worth millions of dollars to the right collector, at the right time, in the right place. Today, we are about to embark on a journey that will reveal the astonishing story behind the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, uncovering the hidden value, the collectible errors, and the ways savvy Americans are turning everyday coins into life-changing wealth. Are you ready to see how a coin forgotten in your drawer could unlock a future you've only dreamed of? Let's start with the basics. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny was minted during a time of great change in the United States. The country was moving forward socially, economically, and culturally, and yet, a simple coin from this year quietly tells a story of craftsmanship, rarity, and value. The Lincoln penny itself has always carried a sense of nostalgia, connecting generations through its iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. But what makes the 1971 no-mint mark version extraordinary is the subtle errors that occurred during its production. These errors, doubling, off-center strikes, or planchet imperfections, make certain coins highly sought after by collectors, and some of these coins are commanding prices that most of us could only imagine. But the real question is, how do you know if the coin in your pocket is one of these rare, valuable pieces? Here's where things get exciting. You might be wondering, how can a coin that's been sitting in circulation, jingling in pockets for over 50 years, suddenly become worth millions? It's the magic of errors, scarcity, and demand. Coin collectors and investors are constantly searching for pieces that are unusual, that tell a story, and that can't easily be replaced. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, particularly in pristine condition or with rare minting errors, has entered this elite category. Picture this: you find one tucked inside an old coin roll from your grandparents' attic. The thrill, the heartbeat in your chest, the sudden rush of, could this be it? That moment, the moment of discovery, is what makes coin collecting so addictive and so potentially lucrative. Now, you may be asking, how do I sell old rare coins like this? Where do I start? How can I turn these tiny pieces of metal into real money? The first step is knowledge. Understanding the market, learning the difference between a circulated coin and a gem mint error, and recognizing which pennies hold the highest demand. From auction houses to private collectors, from online marketplaces to specialized coin dealers, there are pathways to monetize rare coins. But here's the catch: you have to act strategically. Selling a coin without knowing its true value is like tossing a treasure chest into the sea without checking what's inside. Let's take a moment to inject a little humor, because coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about the thrill. Imagine going to a grocery store, buying a pack of gum, and getting change back in the form of a 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth millions of dollars. Would you casually spend it on candy? Or would your jaw hit the floor as you realize the fortune you've just been handed? Funny as it sounds, this exact scenario has happened to people who didn't even know they were holding a treasure. It's a reminder that fortune often hides in plain sight, in objects we overlook every day. Back to the excitement. The rarity of this coin is amplified by its condition. A pristine 1971 no-mint mark penny with a minting error is like the holy grail for collectors. Even minor imperfections can dramatically affect the price, which is why grading is essential. Coins are carefully assessed on luster, strike quality, and wear. Those in top condition can fetch millions of dollars at auctions or through private sales, while coins in average condition still hold remarkable value compared to common pennies. And let's not forget the human element. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to own a piece of history, to hold in their hands a tangible connection to a moment frozen in time. Are you feeling the urgency yet? Because this is where action separates dreamers from millionaires. Every day, coins are discovered, graded, and sold. Each coin that enters the market reduces the rarity of others in circulation. If you have a 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny tucked away, the question isn't if it's valuable, it's how quickly can you turn it into a fortune. How do you ensure that the transaction is safe, lucrative, and targeted to the right buyers? The key is knowing the venues: auctions with collectors who specialize in rare Lincoln pennies, private dealers who understand the market, and platforms where competitive bidding drives prices sky high. Let's connect the dots. Think about the journey from a simple coin in circulation to a $1 million collectible. It begins as pocket change, perhaps forgotten in a jar on your dresser. Then, a spark of curiosity, maybe prompted by watching a video like this, leads you to examine, research, and authenticate your coin. Next, grading establishes credibility. Then comes marketing or auction placement, and finally, the climax, a buyer willing to pay a price that transforms your life. From pocket change to millions. From overlooked penny to historic treasure. It's a process fueled by patience, insight, and a keen eye for opportunity. Now, here's a question for you, and think carefully. If you discovered a 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with a rare error in your collection, would you hold it forever, or would you strategically sell it for maximum impact? Because in today's market, knowing when to sell is as crucial as knowing what to sell. The collector's demand is relentless, and the number of high-grade coins is finite. The longer you wait, the greater the risk that someone else snatches your coin, while the market shifts. It's a high-stakes game, but one with life-changing rewards, and let's not ignore the emotional triggers here. Fear. The fear of leaving money on the table, of missing your chance at a fortune. Excitement. The thrill of uncovering a hidden treasure in something as simple as a 1971 penny. Urgency. The ticking clock of the marketplace, where opportunities vanish as quickly as they appear. These emotions aren't just dramatic, they're real motivators that turn ordinary people into savvy coin investors. And yes, even you, sitting there wondering if that jar of coins could hold your future, can harness them to act decisively. By now, you're probably asking the ultimate questions: how can I ensure my coin is authentic? How do I connect with serious buyers? How do I navigate auctions and private sales? The answers lie in preparation, research, and guidance. Experts in coin appraisal and grading exist to validate your coin's worth. Auction houses offer exposure to collectors who understand the value of historical errors. Private sales allow discretion and targeted negotiation. Every step you take with care, knowledge, and strategic insight multiplies the potential reward. As we reach the final chapter of our story, let's bring everything together. The 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't just a coin, it's an opportunity. It's a story of chance, rarity, and timing. From the moment it leaves the mint to the instant it lands in your hand, this coin carries potential beyond its copper surface. Imagine for a moment that you're sifting through an old jar of coins you've had for decades, the kind that's been tucked away in your drawer or forgotten in a dusty corner. You're not expecting much, just the familiar clinks of cents, nickels, and dimes, but then, something catches your eye. One coin shines differently under the light, its edges sharp, its markings crisp. Could it be just another penny? Or could it be a rare treasure worth more than you ever imagined? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatics, the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a small coin that holds the potential to change fortunes. And if you stay with me till the end, you'll discover its astonishing current market value, a number that can only be described as the maximum dollar. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would anyone care about a single penny from 1975? After all, pennies are common, right? Well, that's where the story gets fascinating. This particular Lincoln penny is not just any coin, it is an error coin. And in the world of coin collecting, errors are like unicorns, rare, captivating, and in unbelievably high demand. This isn't a coin you find in your everyday pocket change. It's the kind of piece that collectors chase for decades, the coin that can elevate an ordinary collection into the realm of millionaire treasures. But how do you know if you have one? How do you determine its value? And more importantly, how do you transform this tiny piece of history into a life-changing sum of money? Let's start at the beginning. The 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted during a period when the United States was emerging from the economic turmoil of the early 1970s. Coins were being produced in massive quantities, yet amidst this mass production, a handful of errors slipped through the minting process. No mint mark means this coin was struck in Philadelphia, but unlike the ordinary circulation coins, the error makes it exceptional. You may wonder, what kind of errors? Well, these can include double strikes, off-center prints, and die cracks, each of which drastically increases a coin's rarity and value. Can you imagine holding a coin in your hand that collectors across the country would pay tens of thousands of dollars to acquire? It's thrilling, isn't it? Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's pause and consider the emotional side of collecting. Picture the excitement, the rush of adrenaline, as you realize that an everyday coin could be worth millions. But with excitement comes urgency. How many times have you found something valuable in your attic only to see someone else claim it first? This is why acting fast in the coin market can make a world of difference. It's not just about having a rare coin, it's about knowing when and how to sell it. You might be asking, how do I even start selling old and rare coins in the USA? Or, can I take this to an auction house and get its true value? These are critical questions, because selling such a high-demand item requires expertise, patience, and strategic timing. Let me ask you something. Have you ever held a coin and wondered how it could go from pocket change to millions? The truth is, most people overlook coins in circulation, not realizing that hidden among them are pieces that could redefine wealth. The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is precisely that kind of coin. Its rarity isn't just measured in numbers, it's measured in desire. Collectors are constantly searching, competing, and even bidding feverishly to secure such pieces. When a coin like this hits the market, it doesn't just sell, it ignites a frenzy. You could literally have a fortune sitting in your wallet without knowing it. Now, let's talk about the market. You might be thinking, is this really worth the hype? Absolutely. Auction houses, private collectors, and specialty coin dealers all recognize the unique value of this coin. The current demand is sky high, and every year, as coins from this era become scarcer, the potential selling price climbs. And while I don't want you to just focus on numbers, the truth is that the financial reward can be astronomical for those who act wisely. Imagine turning a coin you've kept for decades into a life-altering sum. That's not just money, it's freedom, opportunity, and legacy. Here's a quick reality check, and forgive me for being a bit blunt, but many people underestimate their collections. You could have a jar of pennies, thinking they're worthless, while a single 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny quietly holds the power to transform your financial life. This raises the question, how do you know which coins are valuable? How do you avoid being duped by imitators or low-quality sellers? These are questions that every savvy collector must confront, because in a market this lucrative, knowledge is your greatest asset, and speaking of knowledge, here's where the fun begins. Selling such a coin isn't as simple as putting it on eBay and hoping for the best. It's about strategic placement, knowing the right auction houses, connecting with private collectors, and presenting the coin with professional grading. Grading itself can make or break a sale. A professionally graded 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could command tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, more than an ungraded one. This is where your research, patience, and timing intersect with opportunity. And if you're wondering, can I really make money from coins in this way? The answer is yes, provided you approach it with knowledge, strategy, and confidence. Let's pause for a second. I know this is a lot to absorb, so let me reset your focus with a quick thought. Have you ever laughed at the idea that a single penny could be worth more than a car? Well, it's true, and the excitement is real. This is the magic of rare coins. They challenge our assumptions and reward those who pay attention. So, if you've ever wondered how to sell old and rare coins in the USA, or how to determine their auction value, this is your moment to take notice. As we move toward the final act, consider this: the journey of this coin mirrors a journey of opportunity. From being struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1975, passing unnoticed through pockets and drawers, to suddenly becoming a sought-after treasure, the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny exemplifies timing, rarity, and value. It's more than metal, it's history, it's strategy, and it's wealth in its purest form. The questions you need to ask yourself now are powerful. How will you act if you discover one of these coins in your collection? Will you hold on to it, or will you seize the moment and secure your financial future? How will you connect with buyers who recognize its true worth? Now, let's tie everything together. You started this video perhaps thinking, it's just a penny, and yet by now, you understand the story behind this remarkable coin, the rarity, the error, the potential for massive financial reward, and the emotional thrill of discovery. You understand the urgency to act, the strategies for selling, and the magnitude of demand in the collector's market. And you also know that knowledge, patience, and timing can transform something ordinary into extraordinary. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your financial future forever. Not just any coin, but a 1975 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny with a rare mint error, a coin so rare that collectors and investors across the United States are desperate to get their hands on it. Did you ever think that a tiny piece of copper, something you might overlook in your pocket change, could be worth more than your monthly rent, or even more than your car? You might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. The question is, do you know how to uncover it, and more importantly, how to turn it into real wealth? Let's step back and understand why the 1975 D penny with a mint error is so extraordinary. Every coin minted tells a story, and errors in minting are like nature's rarest masterpieces, unintentional, unique, and highly sought after. This particular penny was struck in Denver in 1975, but a mistake in the minting process created a variation that makes it stand out from the millions of pennies produced that year. And here's the fascinating part: the rarer the error, the higher the demand, and the more potential it has to fetch an incredible price at auction. Have you ever wondered why collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for a single coin? The answer is scarcity and desire. Now, you might be thinking, I have a few old pennies lying around. Could one of them be valuable? That's the thrilling part, it absolutely could be. Many people overlook coins in jars, drawers, or even in their loose change because they assume they're worthless. But hidden among these ordinary coins could be an extraordinary treasure. Imagine discovering that a coin you casually found in a parking lot is now a centerpiece in a millionaire collector's vault. How does it feel knowing your old pennies might hold a secret fortune? It's exciting, but it also comes with urgency. The longer these coins stay in obscurity, the more potential buyers may miss them, and you miss the opportunity to cash in. So, how do you identify a 1975 D. Lincoln 1-cent error? First, look closely at the mint mark, the date, and the subtle imperfections in the coin's design. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws. These are not mistakes, they are opportunities. Every misprint is a story, a fingerprint of history that can command extraordinary attention in the coin market. And speaking of the market, have you ever wondered how collectors decide how much a coin is worth? Auctions, grading, and rarity all play a role. Coins like the 1975 D penny error are in high demand among investors who are willing to pay top dollar, sometimes in the tens of thousands, just to add that elusive piece to their collection. Here's a question for you: how would your life change if you could turn forgotten coins into a substantial income? From pocket change to millions, this isn't just a dream. It's a reality for those who understand the value of rare coins and know how to navigate the market. Whether you're thinking about selling at an auction, approaching a reputable coin dealer, or exploring private sales, each step must be taken with care and strategy. Have you thought about how to sell old and rare coins in the USA? Or wondered about their value in auction shops? The truth is, coins like the 1975 D. Lincoln penny error are hot commodities, and timing is everything. Waiting too long could mean missing the wave of buyers actively searching for these rarities. Now, let's pause for a moment. Imagine yourself at an auction, the tension in the room palpable as bidders raise their paddles, each vying for a piece of history. The auctioneer's voice rises, the gavel hovers, and in the end, the winning bid could be the turning point of someone's financial destiny. Could that be you? Could that coin you found as a child now be the key to financial freedom? These questions aren't just hypothetical, they're very real for the thousands of Americans who are now capitalizing on their collections. And if you're laughing at the thought of selling a penny for tens of thousands, just remember, many millionaires started exactly where you are, holding something ordinary that turned out to be extraordinary. But how do you ensure you're getting the maximum value for your coin? Professional grading is essential. The better the condition, the higher the price it can command. Have you considered sending your coin to a grading company? How do these grading systems affect the price in auctions? Investors and collectors alike rely on official grading to validate authenticity and condition, which ultimately determines how much a buyer is willing to pay. And when you finally sell, understanding the market trends, the history of auction sales, and the behavior of serious collectors can mean the difference between a good sale and a life-changing one. So let's talk urgency. The 1975 Lincoln penny error is highly sought after, and the market doesn't wait for anyone. Every day, collectors are adding pieces to their vaults, and every missed opportunity is potential money left on the table. How often have you walked past something, only to find out later it was worth a fortune? That fear of missing out is real, and in the world of rare coins, it can be the difference between ordinary and extraordinary wealth. Imagine walking through a small antique store and spotting a jar of pennies with that familiar mint mark. Your heart races as you pick one up, examining it under light, and you see it, the subtle minting error that makes this coin priceless to the right collector. Can you feel the thrill of that discovery? That excitement, that adrenaline, is part of the journey. Every collector loves that moment, the joy of knowing they've found something no one else has. And now, you have the chance to experience that excitement and even turn it into serious money. Why now, you might be asking, how do I sell this coin? Where do I even start? Start by consulting a trusted coin dealer or auction house. Learn the market value, understand grading, and find the right platform for selling. Do you want the fastest sale, or are you aiming for the highest bid possible? Each decision matters, and the right guidance can transform what seems like a small coin into a multi-thousand-dollar opportunity. Have you thought about private collectors versus public auctions? Each avenue has its benefits, and knowing which one suits your coin can maximize your profit. And here's a final thought to tie it all together: every coin tells a story. From the year it was minted to the era that makes it unique, each detail matters. The 1975 Lincoln penny error is more than just a coin, it's history, it's a collectible, and yes, it's a potential goldmine. From pocket change to a fortune, from forgotten jars to millionaire collections, your path to wealth could start with something as small as a penny. So, are you ready to look at your coins differently? Are you ready to uncover hidden treasures that could transform your life? Because those who act fast, educate themselves, and embrace the opportunity are the ones who turn ordinary pennies into extraordinary wealth. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a shiny little penny, and discovering that in your hands lies a piece of history worth more than your car, your vacation, or even your retirement savings. Yes, it sounds unbelievable, almost like a fairy tale, but for collectors and savvy investors across the United States, pennies are no longer just spare change, they are golden opportunities hiding in plain sight. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most sought-after treasures in American coin collecting, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny, no mint mark, with an extraordinary error that has sent collectors into a frenzy and driven prices to astronomical heights. Have you ever wondered how a coin that once bought a soda can now command sums that can transform lives? How does a humble penny turn into a fortune in the blink of an eye? In the world of rare coins, timing, knowledge, and a keen eye can make all the difference. The 1978 Lincoln penny, particularly those without a mint mark, has become a modern legend in numismatics. At first glance, it might seem ordinary, small, copper, and familiar, but for those who know the subtle details, it's a ticket to a world where history, scarcity, and beauty collide. This penny isn't just metal, it's a story frozen in time. Picture it, the minting errors, the double strikes, or subtle die cracks that render each coin a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. How rare is it? What makes it so valuable that collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are willing to pay top dollar without hesitation? How can you, sitting at home, tap into this world of high-stakes collecting and turn a small coin into a monumental gain? Let's take a moment to explore the fascinating journey of the Lincoln penny. Introduced in 1909, Abraham Lincoln's portrait was the first to appear on a U.S. coin, marking an era of American heritage preserved in copper. Over the decades, variations, mint marks, and production errors have transformed ordinary pennies into historical artifacts. Now imagine the excitement, the rush, when a coin minted in 1978 with no mint mark, seemingly ordinary, is discovered to hold a rare error. It's the kind of moment that makes a coin enthusiast's heart race. How often does this happen? Rarely. Which is why when it does, the market responds with urgency. Collectors scramble, auctions explode, and suddenly, a coin that once rested quietly in a pocket has the power to change fortunes. But here's a question for you: could you recognize such a coin if it were in your change? Many people overlook these subtle details, tossing pennies into jars or drawers. How many fortunes are literally lying under our noses, unclaimed? The answer is more than we might imagine. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny error is highly coveted because of its scarcity and the stories behind it. Every scratch, every misstrike, every unusual feature tells a tale of a moment in American history, frozen forever. For collectors, it's not just about money, it's about owning a piece of that history, a tangible connection to the past. Now, let's talk numbers, because I know that's what really excites the investor in you. While we'll reveal the ultimate value at the end of this video, imagine coins being sold in auction houses, often exceeding the wildest expectations. How do you sell old and rare coins? What are the steps to ensure you maximize the value of a coin like this? Can coins really turn from forgotten pocket change into hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even more? The answer is yes, and the process is as much an art as it is a science. The key lies in understanding grading, condition, authenticity, and market demand. A coin in perfect condition, verified and certified, can bring tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes more. Let's step into the world of auctions for a moment. Picture a room filled with seasoned collectors, each with eyes trained to spot the rarest of coins. The auctioneer's gavel pounds, hearts race, and suddenly, a 1978 Lincoln penny with a rare error appears. Bids soar, tension mounts, and the excitement is palpable. Could this be your coin? Could the penny resting quietly in your drawer be the next star of a high-stakes auction? Imagine the thrill of watching someone else realize the value of what you've held all along, the exhilaration of knowing you own a treasure others can only dream of, and let's not forget the stories of everyday people who stumbled upon fortunes. Someone buying a roll of pennies might pull out a 1978 no-mint mark error coin and, within months, see it sell for an astronomical sum. How do these stories happen? How do ordinary Americans turn pocket change into millions? The secret is awareness, knowledge, and timely action. Once you understand the market, know what to look for, and recognize the potential, the possibilities are limitless. Here's a question for you: have you ever wondered how to get started? How to ensure you're not leaving money on the table? It begins with education. Knowing what to look for, the subtle misprints, the unusual minting errors, the condition of the coin, is essential. How do you grade a coin? How do you verify authenticity? How do you approach auction houses or private buyers without leaving value behind? These are the questions that turn beginners into experts, casual collectors into wealthy investors. And yes, there's excitement in the hunt, the thrill of discovery, the tension of verification, and the joy of seeing a coin's value realized. But let's pause for a moment and reset with a thought. Have you ever laughed at the idea of a penny being worth more than a car? Sounds crazy, right? But history proves otherwise. Coins with rare errors have sold for life-changing sums, and the 1978 Lincoln penny error is no exception. The market is alive, thriving, and waiting for those who are ready to act. The scarcity drives demand, and demand drives the price. How do you position yourself to benefit from this market? How do you sell old and rare coins safely and profitably in the USA? How do you ensure you're connecting with serious buyers and auction houses who understand true value? These are questions every collector or seller should ask themselves. Now, as we move toward the conclusion, let's tie everything together. From humble beginnings in a mint, to resting unnoticed in a pocket, to emerging as a coveted collector's item, the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark tells a story of opportunity, patience, and keen observation. It reminds us that fortune favors those who look closer, those who understand the market, and those willing to act when opportunity knocks. Whether you're a seasoned investor or a curious enthusiast, the potential is enormous. The key is to seize the moment, recognize the value, and step confidently into the market of rare coins, and here's the final revelation, the moment many have been waiting for: the 1978 Lincoln penny no mint mark error, in pristine condition and verified by experts, has achieved a current market value reaching the extraordinary sum of $76,763. Imagine holding that coin, knowing that the value you once thought was ordinary is actually life-changing. From pocket change to a treasure worth tens of thousands, this coin embodies the excitement, the fear of missing out, and the opportunity that only rare coins can offer. So, here's the challenge: look into your drawers, examine your collections, educate yourself, and imagine the possibilities. Could your change be the key to financial freedom, to a new chapter of wealth, to the thrill of owning history? The 1978 Lincoln penny no mint mark error is proof that fortunes are sometimes hiding in plain sight, and all it takes is knowledge, courage, and action to claim them. We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in the United States, the 1979 D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has collectors and investors buzzing, and for a very good reason. You may have passed one of these pennies hundreds of times, thinking it was just another coin in circulation, but what if I told you that hidden within the copper surface lies a story of value, rarity, and a chance to transform pocket change into millions? Let's begin our journey with the story behind this penny. In 1979, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies, but among them, a small number carried subtle errors that make them priceless today. These aren't just manufacturing quirks, they are tangible pieces of numismatic history. When a coin has a D mint mark, it means it was struck in Denver, and some coins that year exhibit doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual die errors that collectors fight over. You might be asking yourself, how do these errors occur? Why does one tiny imperfection create such extraordinary value? It all comes down to the intricacies of coin minting, where precision meets art, and even the slightest deviation can turn an ordinary penny into a treasure that sparks excitement and envy in coin collectors across the nation. But here's the real kicker: not all 1979 D pennies are created equal. Some may look ordinary, but under careful inspection, or with the help of a professional grader, hidden anomalies can reveal astonishing worth. Imagine holding a coin that was once overlooked in your pocket or a jar, and realizing it could fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The fear of missing out is real because every day, new collectors enter the market, bidding aggressively to secure rare pieces before they vanish. Have you ever thought about the possibility of turning your spare change into life-changing money? How many coins have you walked past that could have been your ticket to extraordinary wealth? It's that urgency, the "act now before it's too late" feeling, that fuels this market and drives collectors to act decisively. Now, you might be wondering, how does one even start selling a rare coin like this? Is it safe? Where can you get the best value? Should you approach local coin shops, attend auctions, or go online? The truth is, the path to selling high-value coins involves strategy, timing, and understanding your market. Many people think coins only have sentimental value, but the 1979 D Lincoln penny error proves that knowledge is power. When handled correctly, these coins can attract serious collectors willing to pay top dollar. And here's a little secret: the rarer the error, the higher the price. Some 1979 D errors have sold for astonishing sums in specialized auctions, turning what once was considered spare change into a staggering fortune. Could this be the year you discover a hidden gem in your own collection? Let's take a moment to pause and ask the real questions. How do collectors identify these errors? How can you be sure your coin is worth more than face value? And most importantly, how do you ensure you receive maximum dollar when selling? Professional grading and authentication play a critical role. Services like PCGS and NGC provide detailed evaluations that give your coin credibility and attract high-end buyers. Imagine a buyer at an auction looking at your coin, holding it under a bright light, and realizing they could never find another like it. That moment, when excitement, competition, and desire converge, is when your coin's true value comes to life. And remember, these opportunities don't last forever. Each passing day increases the likelihood that someone else will find the coin you overlooked. Are you ready to act before it's too late? Now, let's have a little fun. Picture this: you're at a family dinner, someone casually drops a penny on the table, and without thinking, you pick it up. Little do they know, that penny could be worth tens of thousands, or more. Wait, seriously, someone might exclaim. And yes, seriously. This is the kind of thrilling possibility that keeps the world of rare coins alive and electric. That's why collectors remain vigilant, scanning every coin in circulation, every change jar, every forgotten pocket for that elusive 1979 D penny with a mint error. It's a high-stakes treasure hunt, and the rewards can be extraordinary. So, why leave money on the table when opportunity is literally in your hands? As we move into the final act, let's talk about the ultimate potential of owning such a coin. We're not just talking about a small windfall here, we're talking about a chance to dramatically impact your financial freedom. Imagine converting a modest collection into a portfolio worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. Many people dream of financial independence, but few realize it can start with something as simple as understanding the value of rare coins. Ask yourself, how much money could be hidden in your coin jar right now? What if the next coin you pick up is the one that changes everything? The 1979 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just copper, it's an opportunity wrapped in history, waiting for those who are ready to seize it. By now, you're likely inspired, perhaps even a little excited, maybe even questioning why you never looked at coins the way a collector does. Remember, knowledge creates opportunity. Acting with urgency ensures you capture it. And connecting with the right experts guarantees you maximize your coin's value. The market for these rare coins is incredibly hot right now, and serious buyers are willing to pay top dollar for verified, high-quality examples. If you have a 1979 D Lincoln penny with a mint error in your possession, this is your moment. From pocket change to millions, from casual discovery to life-altering value, it all starts with recognizing the potential in your hands. So, what's the takeaway here? Treasure can be found in the most unexpected places, and the 1979 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is a shining example. It reminds us that even small things, a penny, a moment, a choice, can have enormous consequences.